children, good morning to all. Welcome back to class 10 geography online session. We were discussing chapter 7, lifelines of national economy. What are the lifelines of an economy? Yes, transportation and communication. So in the previous classes we have discussed about transportation, especially land transportation. So land transportation includes roadways, railways and pipelines. Today we would discuss the other modes of transportation, that are waterways and airways. So let's enter into the class.
Let's first start with waterways. India is a land of seamen. They have travelled from one corner to other corner of the country through water, especially from west coast to east coastal area. India have sharing water boundary with Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean and Bay of Bengal. In ancient period, India had advanced set of water transportation facilities and it helped the seamen to spread our culture and trade. So it is not a new mode of transportation for India. So what are the merits of waterways? Waterways are the cheapest means of transportation. They are suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods. It is a fuel efficient and environmental friendly mode of transportation. Then India has both inland waterways and overseas waterways. So first, inland waterways. The length of India's inland waterways is 14,500 km. The waterways categorized into national waterway. The important national waterways are, first one, national waterways number 1. It is in Ganga river between Allahabad and Haldia and it has 1,620 km. The national waterways number 2 is in Brahmaputra river from Sadia to Dhubri. It has 891 km. Then national waterways number 3 is in West Coast Canal in Kerala, that is from Kottapuram to Kollam, and Udyogamandal and Chambakara Canal, and it has 205 km. Then national waterways number 4 in Godavari and Krishna along with Kainada Puducherry canals, and it has 1078 km. The national waterways number 5 in river Brahmani along with Matai river, delta channels of Mahanadi and Brahmani and east coastal canal, and it has 588 km. These waterways plays a vital role in India's domestic trade. Then apart from this, India has also trade relationship with foreign countries. 95% of countries' foreign trade carried out through sea water from the port located in coastal area. India has 7,516.6 km coastal line. Seaports are again categorized into two, major seaports and minor seaports or non-major seaports. India has 12 major seaports and 200 minor seaports. Let us find out major seaports in India. First one, Kadla. It was the first port developed after independence. It helps to reduce the load on the Mumbai port and it is a tidal port. So what do you mean by tidal port? The water levels within the port are subject to change with ocean trade. So it helps easy export and import of goods across the state of Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan and Gujarat. Next is Mumbai port. It is the biggest port in our country. It has spacious, natural and well-sheltered harbour. Most of the Indian trade carried out through Mumbai port. Day by day, the rush is being increasing in Mumbai port. So, Jawaharlal Nehru port added to Mumbai to recongest the heavy rushes in Mumbai port. Next is Mormugao Port, and it's located in Goa. It is the premier iron ore exporting port of the country. It accounts for about 50% of India's iron ore export. Next, New Mangalore Port, that is located in Karnataka. It helps to export iron ore from Kudremukh mines. The next, Kochi Port. It is the extreme southwestern port. It located at the entrance of a lagoon with a natural harbour. Next is Tuticorin Port in Tamil Nadu. It has natural harbour and rich hinterland. It helps to trade large variety of cargoes to Sri Lanka, Maldives, etc. The next is Chennai Seaport. It is the oldest artificial port in our country. It is second biggest port after Mumbai. Then Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. It is the deepest landlocked and well protected port, and it is famous for iron ore export. The next is Paradip Port, that is located in Odisha, and it is specialized in export of iron ore. Then Calcutta Port. It is an inland riverine port, and it serves as a large and rich hinterland of Ganga-Brahmaputra basin. Then it is a tidal port, so it required constant dredging of Hooghly. So what is the meaning of dredging? That means the removal of soil from river. So it is a tidal river, so it required constant dredging of Hooghly river. Then Haldia Port. It was developed to reduce pressure on Kolkata port. Waterways are the important means of transportation in India because it is very cheapest, eco-friendly and able to carry large amount of goods. Next we moving to most fastest way of transportation, that is airways. So what are the merits of airways? It is the fastest, comfortable and prestigious mode of transport. So we can quickly reach the destination. It can cover very difficult terrains like high mountains, desert, dense forest and oceanic structures. It is very suitable mode of transportation in northeastern part of the country. This part of the country is not accessible, or it is very difficult to reach northeastern part of India through other modes because of its geographical feature. There are large mountains, desert, forest and frequent flood in Brahmaputra river, etc. So the air transport was nationalized in 1953. Air India provides international air services. Indian Airlines and Alliance Air, that is a substitute in or subsidiary in airline, provide domestic air service for local needs. Then Pawan Hans Helicopter Limited provides helicopter services to ONGC. So ONGC means Oil and Natural Gas Corporation for its offshore operation. But still, the cost of airways is higher than other modes of transport. So common people cannot afford it. Only in the northeastern states, special provisions are made to extend the services to the common people. So airways have to reach the common man, otherwise we cannot consider this as a public means of transport. So today we have discussed about waterways and airways. Waterways are very cheapest mode of transportation as compared to airways, and most of the trade carried out through waterways. And airways is the fastest mode of transportation, but due to high cost, it is not within the reach of common people. So this was today's section. So children, you have to watch the URL attached with this video, attend the test paper and download your notes and study it well. See you in the next class. Bye.